Needs a shoulder to cry on.
Hi friends, welcome back to my kitchen and welcome if you are new. I'm Cheryl, this is Table Full of Joy, and today we are going back to the classics. We're going back to a really popular sandwich. We're doing a tuna melt with a tomato soup on the side. Super excited about this. I found this recipe and there is an amazing twist to this tuna melt that I'm excited to try. But our tomato soup, we are using my favorite Pacific organic tomato soup. I changed it up a little bit to make it my own. I like to add a little bit of heavy cream to it. That's the way my grandmother always made it. We're gonna add some herbs to it. We're gonna get this simmering on the stove, and then we're gonna get our tuna melt made and get these in the oven. All right, so we have our pot with our that organic tomato soup in it. I'm gonna make this a Parmesan basil tomato soup to kind of really make it a little bit more of what we like to eat. So I'm gonna turn my heat down kind of low because I don't wanna heat this too hot. I've got some of this freeze-dried basil. I love this stuff. If you've never tried the Lighthouse brand spices, you really should. We're also gonna add in some freeze-dried dill. I love dill and tomato soup together. So we're gonna put in a pinch of freeze-dried dill. I'm also gonna put in a little bit, I typically put in onion powder is what I usually put in. But I did a Pampered Chef order and I have some of my favorite 3 onion. So that's what I'm gonna put in this one. I'm gonna add the rest of this container. And I actually need to open this other one because I want a little bit more of that in here. But I also wanna add this to my tuna. So I'm gonna get this new container opened. For you guys that have not heard yet, I am doing a live Pampered Chef party and cooking video coming up, I think it's April 5th. So just be watching my channel for that. I'll be putting an announcement up next week for that. I'm also gonna put in a little bit of my Pampered Chef bell pepper and herb. I love this in this soup. It gives a great flavor. This is a great way for you to take a regular boxed plain tomato soup and make this your own. Add whatever herbs you like, whatever flavors work for you guys. And then we're gonna grate up some Parmesan cheese at the end and we're gonna mix that into this and make this a basil Parmesan cheese tomato soup. So now that we have this on the stove, our burner's going on low so this can just slowly come to temperature. Let's move over and get our tuna made for our tuna melts. So for the tuna melt, I'm using my favorite Thomas brand English muffins. And for those of you that have never bought these or you've never bought an English muffin that's not cut, you want to use a fork to break these open. Don't ever use a knife because English muffins are meant to have these beautiful crevices all the way through them. And if you cut this with a knife, you are going to ruin that whole thing right here that you want to have to really get in there and catch all of that flavor that you're going to put on your English muffin. So you've got these. I'm gonna put these in the oven. I'm gonna bake them, let them get brown, and then we're gonna butter them. I don't wanna butter them too early, but we're gonna put these in the oven and butter them while we get our tuna mixed up. So we have a bowl and we're gonna get our tuna mixed. I'm using a pouch. This is my favorite kind of tuna. I don't necessarily love the cans of tuna anymore. Once I found the pouches, I was done with the cans. I don't like to drain them. I don't like to squeeze it. I don't like to do the whole thing. So I would much rather just deal with a pouch of tuna. I saw this recipe the other night. I was looking on Pinterest. As you all know, that's my favorite place to find recipes. And I was on Pinterest and I saw this. I showed this to hubby and we both thought that looks incredible for dinner. Let's do that, but let's do this with tomato soup and make it a complete meal. So I've got everything out of our, almost here, a little bit more. Okay, got everything out of there. We're gonna mash up our tuna. I'm gonna get this all broke up with our fork. And then we're gonna add our mayonnaise and we're gonna add our seasonings. Most people when they make tuna, they just put tuna and mayonnaise and they're done. Well, that's not how I do things. So we're gonna put in some mayonnaise. Just like that. And this is a special tuna because it has avocado. So we're gonna cut up this avocado and we're gonna put this in our tuna, and we are gonna mash this because I want this tuna or this avocado to be all incorporated into my tuna salad. So I'm gonna just kind of cut this up into some chunks, and then we can kind of just mash it into our tuna. A lot of people would not put mayonnaise in here if you're putting avocado, but I'm sorry, it's tuna salad. I've got to have some mayonnaise in there. Even if we've got avocado, I still got to have it. So we're just gonna grab a spoon and scoop our avocado out of here. And what is classic with avocado? The lemon, and it goes so well with tuna. So I have a half a lemon here that I used the other night to zest for another recipe. That actually turned out incredible. If you haven't seen that, I will leave a link for that in my description box for you guys for that video so you can check that out. So there's a little bit of lemon juice. We're gonna put in a little bit of our lemon garlic. All right, so we have our lemon garlic in here. I'm gonna put in a little bit of my 3 onion. I told you earlier, this is my favorite Pampered Chef item. We're gonna put a little bit of that in there. And we're just gonna use our fork and we're gonna mash this avocado into this tuna with our lemon juice and our spices and make this incredible. This is gonna be so, so good. But I want to get that avocado really mashed up into that tuna. Get it really incorporated. My husband loves jalapenos, so I am going to put some jalapenos on his tuna melt. I won't be putting any on mine. But like I said, I want to get this avocado mashed up in here really, really well. The other thing that I like to put in my tuna is I love putting dill. I think dill is a classic flavor with tuna. So we're gonna put in just a little bit of our freeze-dried dill that we're using in our tomato soup. And let's just give that a quick little mix. Just like that. That looks amazing. I'm gonna save my spoon to help me. I'm gonna put my Parmesan cheese over with my soup because we're gonna put that on our soup or put it in our soup. I've got a beautiful tomato and we are going to do some big, beautiful slices of tomato to go on our tuna melt. So let's get the end cut off. I'm going to do 4 big, beautiful slices. Now this is a tuna melt that you do not want to just pick it up and eat it. You need to eat this with a knife and fork because it is a substantial tuna melt. And I think I'm going to do 1 more big slice because that little slice down there is not going to be enough tomato for me. All right, so we have our 4 big slices of tomato. We've got our provolone cheese. We've got our jalapenos for hubbies. We've got our beautiful tuna with our avocado in it. We're going to let our soup finish and heating up. Our English muffins are in here toasting. When that's all done, we'll come back and put everything together. All right, our soup is heating up. We're going to go ahead and put a little bit of Parmesan cheese in our soup, and then we are going to garnish our soup with a little bit of this parm. I'm not going for a cheesy soup. That's not my goal. My goal is just to add a little bit of that salty Parmesan flavor to the soup. So we're just gonna put in, I'm gonna say about a 1/4 cup total in here. I'll do it in stages just so I can get it mixed in. But we're going to do about a 1/4 cup of fresh grated Parmesan cheese in this tomato soup. Just so you get that really sweet, salty bite that we want. And we'll garnish our soup with a little bit more. Just for presentation purposes, we want to have something really beautiful up on top of our soup. So I think I'll probably garnish it with a little bit of our freeze-dried basil and a little bit of our fresh grated Parmesan cheese on top of our soup, just to make it that much more appealing. You know, when you're cooking, presentation is everything. You want everything to look amazing because we eat with our eyes first. And if things do not look appealing to us, we most likely are not going to try it. Okay, I think we're good with what's inside. Let's get that mixed in. I think our English muffins are ready. Let's get them pulled out of the oven and let's get our tuna melts finished. All right, here is our English muffins. I'm gonna very lightly butter them. I don't want a ton of butter on these, but I am gonna put just a little bit of butter on each one of these just for that buttery texture that we want on an English muffin, because you know English muffins should really have that butter in those crevices to make it super, super tasty. And then we're gonna build these tuna melts right on top of these English muffins on our pan so that they are ready to go directly in the oven as soon as we get them built. I am excited to eat these. I love tuna melts. I remember when my hubby and I first moved out here to our home where we are right now. We've lived here since 1983, and one thing that we always loved eating was tuna melts. They were cheap, they were easy, and it was something that was very cost effective. When you're eating on a budget, a tuna melt is a great option. All right, so here is our avocado tuna mixture. We're gonna put a little bit of this on each one of our English muffins. Hubby loves spicy things. If you've been following us for a while on our channel, you know that my husband loves spicy foods. He loves jalapenos. Anything spicy with some heat, he's all about that. So I'm gonna put some jalapenos, some jarred jalapenos on his tuna melt for him, just to give him that heat that he loves. Make sure I got all of this out of here. These are gonna be tasty. All right, so let's do our tomato first. So we're gonna put our big, beautiful slices of fresh tomato on top of these. I'm gonna put some jalapenos on hubby's tuna melts to give him that spice that he loves, that heat. These are gonna be incredible. I've been putting these jarred jalapenos on his salad. He eats a chicken breast and a salad every day for lunch. And he's really enjoying these jalapenos. All right, so there is our jalapenos on his. And I have a few pieces of provolone cheese. See, I've got 3 pieces. So we're gonna try to make these even. So we're just gonna tear them and put them on till we have all of our tuna melts. That's what I was trying to think of. Until we have all of our tuna melts covered with the appropriate amount of cheese. This cheese is gonna be all nice and gooey and hot and melty and amazing, just like that. These are gonna go back into a 375-degree oven for about 5 minutes or so, just until our cheese is melted. All right, friends, our tomato soup is ready and it smells incredible. Let's get this in the bowls. Let's get it garnished with our Parmesan cheese and some dill and get this on the table. Our tuna melts are almost done. All right, so we've got our tomato soup. We're gonna go ahead and put this in a bowl, get a little bit of Parmesan cheese on it. I'm gonna garnish it with just a little bit of our freeze-dried dill and our freeze-dried basil. Just a little bit. We don't need a lot because we have some in it, but we definitely want to put some up on top so we know what's in it. So let's get our Parmesan cheese up on top of our soup. I can smell my tuna melts. They smell incredible, friends. Cannot wait to go eat those. This is a great way to take a, you know, like a store-bought tomato soup and just a really simple pack of tuna and make something really super special out of it. So we're gonna put just a tiny bit of basil, a little bit of our freeze-dried dill. Let's grab our tuna melts out. Here is our tuna melts. Do those not look amazing? I'm going to put hubby's on his plate with his jalapenos. Here is our delicious tuna melts, avocado tuna melts. Super excited to go eat these. Our tomato soup, I can't hold the bowl, it's hot. I can't pick it up, but I'll pick it up for just a second so you guys can see the finished product. But there is our tomato soup. And this is the star of the show right here, our avocado and tomato tuna melts. Can't wait to go eat these. Super excited. Let's put a little bit of dill on top of these because we've got dill in our tuna. So let's just put a little bit of dried dill right on top, just like that. So you can see that. Do those not look amazing? They smell good. Can't wait to go eat these, friends. I want to thank you so much for joining me in my kitchen as we made a really quick, easy dinner tonight using a little bit of help from the store with a couple fun store-bought ingredients, taking them to a new level. Does not have to be just plain tuna. You can take tuna and elevate it, make it into something amazing. Boxed tomato soup, canned tomato soup, whatever it is, put it in a pot, add some fresh herbs, add some heavy cream, do some fun things with it, put some Parmesan cheese in it, make it your own, make it amazing, make it delicious for your family. I can't wait to go eat these, friends. The smell is just irresistible. I need to go eat these. So friends, if you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button up there. It would mean so much to us to have you a part of our YouTube family. We would just love to have you guys along for this journey that we've been on. And we cannot thank you guys enough for all of your love and support. Hit that notification bell down there so you're notified every time we upload a new video. Friends, we love comments. We love comments from you guys. So please comment on this video, give it a like for me. That helps grow my channel. Seeing the comments in there just makes me so happy every time I open it up and I look and I see all those comments from all of you, just showing us some love through the comments. I love it. So please comment on this video. Let me know what you think of this. Do you have a favorite tuna melt recipe? Do you love using canned tomato soup? Do you make your own homemade? I make homemade too, but you know what? Sometimes, friends, I don't have time. Tonight's one of those nights where I just took a boxed organic tomato soup and I made it my own, a packet of tuna, and I made it my own. And this dinner is gonna be amazing. Can't wait to go eat this. So friends, we appreciate your love and support, and we will talk to you guys in the comments. Have a great day and God bless.